Hi, we have to wait for Mindy to get back here.
Because my computer that I...
Get your head in. Your head's not in.
Okay, I gotta scooch on.
Yeah, scooch in, scooch in, scooch in. We're trying some technical, we're having some technical. We're trying to do something.
I can't see.
Here, let's.
Okay.
Okay, that's now you can see us a little bit.
There we go.
Okay,
How's that?
that's good. We can handle it.
Now we can make a play. Oh, there we go. We can make a play on there.
Whoop.
Okay.
There we go.
There. So what do you think? What do you think?
I don't know. This is not going to be our normal format.
No. And so this is interesting because I have my phone over here filming one and she has hers over there filming one, but it's all being controlled by my laptop, which is in the office.
And then we're looking at the pattern in the chat on my iPad.
Yes. So we have like 4 devices working right now.
But it's kind of ironic that we're even like physically together today.
Right.
This isn't something that was like a plan or anything. It just kind of happened.
No. Right.
I had to go downstate to go to a doctor's appointment today, and I was going to swing by Mindy's to pick some stuff up to take to the retreat next week. So the timing of my driving wouldn't work out for me to get home in time to do this at my house. So
we're just like,
well, just stay here. So I've been hanging out with Mindy for the past couple hours.
Stay here. We want to got lunch.
Yeah. We've been doodling around. Yeah. Just been doodling around.
So anyhow, we're going to make this beautiful bag. I have all of my little balls here.
And I've got all my little skeins.
And you've got little skeins. I took my cakes apart. I took 2 cakes apart. Well, I don't have this one. Look, this one's got a big hole in it. Got a big hole in it. Can you see my hole? I don't know what.
And I've got 3 different yarns. I've got Yarn Bee Bambootiful is going to be my main color for my bag. And then I've got some drops.
That's interesting. It's a purple.
It's like an eggplant almost.
Kind of.
And then I've got some drops saffron that I had just in my stash. And then I've got some ice yarns, cotton acrylic. And they're not all the same weight, but they're similar enough weights that I think that they're going to work.
Yeah. And I just I had this cotton cake here, and I had another one that I already took apart. It was a painterly Huron cotton cake. And I've just sat here while we were talking and whatnot, and I was just tearing my cake apart and making little balls. That's what I've been doing.
So Mindy's got little balls.
I got balls.
Little balls.
Well, this one's a big ball.
That is a big ball.
Okay.
And I took Mindy for a ride in my convertible.
See, I got a little ball and I got a big ball. They're all different size balls.
Because it's very, very warm here today.
It is warm. It is.
So we went for a ride with the top down.
And see
yes, we can. Yeah, you can scroll wherever you want. Here, do
Sherry,
whatever you want.
And Michelle and Brenda and Kathy. And getting some interesting new people coming into the Crochet Labs.
Good.
Dawn, Deborah. Let's see who else. I think I said everybody. Let's see if some of those other new people pop in. Let's see.
They probably won't because I'm here.
No, they might.
Oh, okay.
They might. All right. So Angie, of course, being the good girl that she is, has already worked with the pattern. And you know me, I haven't.
I have. I tested it a little bit. Well, the only reason I did is because I wanted to make sure that my different yarns were going to work together. Yeah. So I did just the first 3 rounds of actually, I suppose I could stick it on, of the flower. So, but I did do the next round where we start to square it off. And I found that in the pattern, it calls for 3 stitches per chain space here. And it was very wavy. It was too many stitches.
She didn't have a square. She had a.
It was just, it was not good. So we're going to kind of alter the pattern a little.
So this is just like, pick your color, pick whatever color you want. And I have no idea. I'm just going to grab a yarn and I'm going to just make a center. It's got what, 3 rounds, 3 different colors?
Yep, 3 different colors and then the main color.
Outside.
So we should probably tell everybody what pattern this is.
Yes. It does say in the thumbnail too, but it is the Spring Meadow pattern, and I've been talking about it. It's on Hobby. Nobody knows. It's Hobby. It's a hobby.
There's two B's, so I think it's hobby.
Hobby.
I don't know.
Anyhow, it's called Spring Meadow. It is a free pattern. And it looks like we're gonna have to make what? 3, 6, 9, like 18?
I believe 18. Let me see.
18 motifs.
Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. Oh, it must have said it somewhere. up
It
here.
must have. You're in the directions already.
Yeah. Well, usually it would say make 18.
It would say, yeah, I don't know. That's my guess, but bag that made of 18 flower granny
Oh, yeah,
squares.
18.
I can read that without my glasses on.
Look at you.
Each flower is made with popcorn stitch, which gives them extra puffiness and a 3D effect. Colors of the flower are chosen randomly, and each flower has a different color combination.
But you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. It's your
No.
bag. If you want to do 3 colors, and yeah, you could do anything you want. I think I have a little bit of a problem. Even if I try to be random, I'm not.
You know what I'm going to predict I'm going to do my least favorite colors in the center.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Because the least favorite color in the center, you don't get as much in it.
right.
You don't get as much of that color in the center.
Right. And I'm going to use, I feel like I'm going to try to be realistic, and I'm going to start
try to
with
use the
yellow in the center.
Are you going to use your yellow
Because
every time?
no, I want to though. But
I'm
I
gonna
want
be here, but
to.
y'all don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah, Angie, change it up.
Stop it.
Try something different. Okay. I'm going to start with one. Okay. I haven't even really talked about my colors. I have like 3 gray colors, and this one sort of here.
It's like
This one sort of
lavender.
turns to light lavender. So they're kind of grayish colors. And then I ended up with 4 different purples.
This one's kind of a dark version of that.
So I got like these 4 different purples. And the base of my bag is going to be purple, but it's none of those purples. See, look, it's none of those purples. It's weird to watch the replay over there because it's delayed.
It's delayed. Yeah, I don't ever look at that.
see
I
my
always
purples?
look
You can
at
see the
I only
purples?
look at that for the chat.
And then I have blue, and I have this pretty mint, and 2 peachy corally colors.
I really like that color.
And you know, these 3 colors right here came from the painterly cake. That's why I picked up the painterly cake, is to get some other colors besides purples, blues, and grays.
That was a good idea.
Yeah.
You were a smarticle particle.
So I don't know what I'm going to do with all these different purples, but yeah, we're just going to go with it.
You are a smarticle
Anyhow.
particle.
A smarticle particle.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Better than calling you a fart smeller.
Well, I do tend to do that, don't I, Toffee? Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, my dogs have been rotten lately. I don't know what they've been eating, but it's like it fills the room. I just,
You know, my dogs are really not that bad usually.
do you think bigger dog, bigger stink?
Yes,
Because I have big
I
dogs.
think so.
Man, they're bad. Like make your eyes water bad.
Well, I'm glad I don't have that. All right, well, I'm going to start with this light gray. And you're going to start with your
yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah.
All right. And so what do we do?
All right, well, let's get
What do
back
we
to
do?
the pattern.
I'm assuming
here.
we need a slip knot.
Yeah, we're going to start with a slip knot on our hook. And you can either make a magic ring,
Oh,
which I'm not going to do.
I probably will.
Okay. I'm not going to. I mean, I
I've
don't.
been doing a lot of stuff with magic rings lately.
I don't mind them, but I don't know.
I've been doing a lot with them.
I'm
I
gonna
like
just-
how they tighten up nice.
I'm just going to chain 4 and slip stitch back into the.
And what are we putting in?
And then in there, we're going to put a total of 10 double crochets. So however you want to start your first one, if you want to do a chain 3, or if you want to do a stacked single, or I mean, which is what I'm going to do. I like to do the stacked. Okay. You can do that too.
Listen to the frogs. Can you guys hear the frogs?
I can.
They're loud. And they just started recently.
I think it's because it's getting a little overcast out.
I don't know. They started like a week ago.
Oh, I thought you meant
No,
recently
just, no,
today.
like a week ago. They woke up. We're counting, can you tell?
I think it's so weird that we have a big pond as well, and we have never had frogs.
Well, do you have fish?
We have tons of fish.
So you probably get other creatures that come to eat the fish.
Yes, we do.
So they eat the frogs.
We get a lot of herons that come to eat the
They come to
fish.
so they'll eat the frogs too. We've probably had frogs. They just got eaten.
They just, yeah.
Yeah.
We have turtles. We have tons of turtles.
And we don't have any of those things here. We have none of those things.
Huge snapping turtles.
We'll get herons once in a while, but I always chase them away. I make them leave.
Because why?
I don't want them to eat all my frogs.
I'd rather have herons than geese. We get geese every spring that lay eggs and have babies and then run around in our yard.
We don't usually. We had 4 geese here the other day. And they were actually laying out in the front yard with the ducks, which is very
No
unusual.
way.
Very unusual.
That's very strange.
Mhm. But because we have the ducks, a lot of other creatures don't come here.
That's a very foul idea. Oh, no.
We've missed this.
Oh, geez. Oh, boy. All right. And so that's it for round one. We're going to fasten off, weave in your ends.
Oh, we're fastening off.
Yeah, fasten off, weave in ends. That's the whole deal.
Okay, I got scissors here.
I got some too. I brought scissors. I brought my adorable little Delicue scissors.
Delicate scissors.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. It's like, okay, how are you fastening off?
Uh,
Are you just gonna fasten it off with a knot?
yep.
Okay. Not gonna do a fancy.
I'm not going to do a needle join and all that. It's a bag, for heaven's sake.
But I'm really interested in the whole needle joining thing. It's just so neat on some things.
On some things, yes.
All right, so we got this.
Okay, what color are you going to do next?
This one.
What color am I going to do next?
I don't know. Close your eyes and pick.
But I know where they all are, so.
We don't anymore.
Gray, that's boring. I don't want gray. That's not what I would have picked.
Oh boy. Okay, what do we do here?
Okay, so we are going to join and make a chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet of your double crochet popcorn. And you're going to make a popcorn in every stitch, a popcorn chain 1 in every stitch all the way around.
So what is a popcorn?
Popcorn for this pattern, we're going to call a popcorn 7 double crochets. It's a
this is
7.
the first one.
Yes, it's a 7 double crochet popcorn.
3 chains are our first double.
Yeah.
Okay. Other people have come in. Let's see who else is here. Let's see, what are we? Hi, Angie.
Hi.
Angie is at my house, Deborah.
I am.
She's been at my house before. We've been at each other's house.
Yeah. In fact, I've already recruited Mindy to come to my house and help me put my craft room back together.
Oh, Tammy's here too.
Hi, Tammy.
Okay, so that is 1 double crochet. This is a big popcorn.
It is a huge popcorn.
My guess is my bag's going to be a lot bigger than yours too.
Oh, yes. I think a lot because my yarn is a lot finer.
Yeah.
And you know what really sucks though? 7 popcorns is too many to have to do without being able to do it without counting.
I can kind of count to 7.
While you're talking?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at up to 7.
I'm good at up to 5.
If you get to 10, I'm in trouble.
Right. I can count and talk up to 5.
So then for the end of the popcorn, we take our hook out and go back into the chain over here. And loop-de-loop, and then do a chain one.
Now,
which is-
here's my question.
which is really just to seal the popcorn.
Depending on the pattern, sometimes the pattern, the stitch has the chain one, and sometimes the pattern has the chain one. So let's see
So
if we're supposed to
does the
do,
popcorn tell you to do a chain
that's what I
one?
want to see. Yes, chain one to finish the
And then you do
popcorn,
another.
and
chain
then
one.
an additional chain one.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
That was my question. That's where I
Yep.
was going.
Yep.
Yeah. And you
So-
do this in every stitch.
Every stitch around. It's a lot of
You
popcorn.
should have butter and salt with it.
Yeah, and a movie, a good
Exactly.
rom-com.
Exactly.
Have you seen any good movies lately?
No, I don't see any movies like ever.
That's true. I took my granddaughters to see the Minecraft movie over their spring break. And I was telling Mindy earlier, Nate is having, it's hilarious. So you guys know the hexicardis that Jason Momoa and Jack Black had for when they were promoting the Minecraft movie? My son Nate, who's 16, wants one in the worst way. So I'm making him one, and I was able to go into my yarn stash and pull enough yarn to make that sweater minus one color. I only had to buy one color, and it's like a 7-color sweater. So that was pretty, I thought that was pretty impressive.
I think it's pretty interesting that Nate wants a hexicardi.
He can't wait. He says he's going to rock that thing.
He wants a hexicardi.
Yeah, he says he's going to rock that
I
thing.
still haven't managed to hook up with Jason to make him one, but
Well, he doesn't have time to come and model it for you every time.
I
you
would
put
need,
a-
I would need.
I know
that.
you would.
I would really need many, many fittings.
Apparently, he was the one who had the idea for these sweaters, and he commissioned them from a lady who he apparently has commissioned in the past and continues to commission to make other crochet wearables for him. He enjoys crochet wearables. So if you wanted to impress him, maybe you could make something
else.
for him and send it to him. Yeah. Yeah.
Here, honey.
Here, honey.
Can you model this for me? So I'm still not sure why hexicardi was the thing that they settled on to promote their movie with.
I am not sure what it's all about, but I just know that it became quite the sensation.
Right.
Because the whole hexicardi thing was about what, 2 years ago? The whole big craze, a year or two ago?
Just last year, I think.
Last year?
Probably while they were making the movie.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's true. Probably while they were making it. Yeah.
Was when the hexicardi thing was.
The big at its height. I
Yes.
mean, it's still
still
very
is.
popular, but
People are
it was,
still-
yeah, it was kind of at its height.
Why do I feel like I have missed stitches? Because I have.
Uh-oh. You know what? I always have
I'm supposed to have 10 of these when I'm done?
you're supposed to have 10 of those when you're done.
Wait, what have I done?
What have you done?
I'm skipping.
Are you doing every other stitch? Because that's what you would normally do. That's what a normal person would normally do.
It is, because doing one in every stitch seems like way too much.
It seems insane, doesn't it?
It does. Did I skip this one too? I did. I skipped every time.
Oh,
I was wondering why I
man.
was.
And it's weird though, because when I look at this does not look abnormal. I mean, it looks normal,
Okay.
don't you think?
Yeah, but
And I did
mine's
one in every
feeling- mine's
stitch.
Feeling like I'm gonna have like some overcrowding or something. With the bigger yarn, I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe the bigger yarn is going to make a difference. I don't know. So what are your plans for the weekend? I already know the answer to this, but we can talk about it anyways.
Well, tonight from 6 to 8 is set up for the craft show. Hello, Chantel. Yep, so I'll be setting up for the craft show, which I really love being able to set up the night before.
That is very nice.
Yes. Then you can just get up. This is why it seems so easy to just skip through that next stitch.
Yes, it does, because
like,
it's so tight.
right there.
Yep, because it's so
And I
tight.
just skipped right past them like they didn't exist. Yeah. And then you can just get up in the morning. You don't have to get up early. You can just get up at a reasonable time and just show up. You're ready to go. I love it. That's where I'll be tomorrow. And I was telling Angie when we went up to Subway, I'm kind of bummed about that because tomorrow is local yarn store day. So I can't go to my local yarn store and see what kinds of
Bargains or
kind of good
sweet
things.
treats they
Because
got.
they always have special yarns and stuff
Right.
and maybe notions or something made for,
Yes.
especially for local yarn shop day.
Well, I can tell you what I'm going to be doing all weekend for 24 hours straight, or 20, probably 48 hours, until what I will be doing from the time I get home until Sunday at 12:30 p.m. is helping Maddie, who is my infamous procrastinator, finish up a baby blanket for a baby shower that she needs to attend at 1 p.m. on Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
Yay. Yay, Maddie. Thank you, girl.
Thank you, Maddie, for your procrastination, as always, as per usual. I love Maddie. Maddie is my bud. She's my sweetheart, but she is my problem child, to be sure. To be sure. Nate got a job. I was telling Mindy, Nate got a job, so he's working now. He's a working man.
What grade is he in now?
He's a sophomore this year. But he's an old sophomore because they changed they started changing the dates for registration back a month every, you know what I mean? For starting kindergarten. Yeah. So the cutoff date was September 30th and his birthday's October 1st. So he's like the oldest kid in his grade. So he got his driver's license a lot before a lot of his friends. Like his one best friend is almost an entire year younger than him.
Wow.
Yeah. So here's a question for you, because I'm to the end of my round. Maddie and I were having this discussion yesterday.
Yeah.
When you do a round of popcorn stitches, where do you attach your yarn at the end of the round?
I'm not there yet, but I think into the popcorn.
I do too. I attach it into the popcorn so you can't see it. Because I mean, technically, you should probably try to go into the top of the first stitch. But I just go into the back of the popcorn because you don't ever see it. I'm going to catch both loops though. All right, so I am going to slip stitch into the beginning stitch and fasten that color off.
This is the thing about this, is every round you do a new color and fasten off every time.
So you're going to have a
bunch of ends.
Ton of ends to weave in.
And I'll make a prediction right now.
Angie won't weave in her ends. No. Here's what Angie's going to
have them done like every square.
But here's what Angie's going to do. Well, no, I got a guy for that. No, he's still my guy.
He won't do the ends though?
No, he will. He'll still do, but he's working on the.
Just put the whole bag together with the ends hanging out even?
No, I'm going to line it.
Oh.
I'm going to put a fabric. I'm going to sew a liner into the bag and not weave in the end. Yeah. No, I'm going to hand sew it because you wouldn't sew into crochet with a machine.
Yeah, they do.
No way.
People do it all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I will then.
People do that all.
Now that I have my sewing machine set up.
But you were going to just sew the bag together first, like the liner?
Yes, I was just going to sew the two pieces. Yeah, and with my machine.
Sew the pieces together, or you were?
No, I was going to machine sew the two pieces together and then just hand sew the liner into the tote bag.
Gotcha.
And that way I don't have to weave in ends. I would rather do that than weave in ends. That's how much I hate weaving in ends.
So you're just going to hide them underneath the liner?
Yeah.
Aren't you worried they're going to poke through?
Nope. I have a sweater. I'm going to tell you a secret. I have a sweater that I wear all the time
And you haven't woven the ends in?
that I haven't woven the ends in.
But they're just inside?
They're just on the inside
And
of the sweater.
sleeves and the-
Uh-huh, yeah.
Okay.
Who knows? Nobody knows.
You do.
I don't care.
Now we all do.
Everybody knows now,
Yeah,
but
now
do
we
I
all know.
ask me, do I care?
Nope.
I don't. I
Yeah,
don't.
but they do. They sew the liners into crochet bags
With a machine.
Mhm.
I wonder, would you have to have like a heavy duty needle?
I don't know.
And your foot would have to be raised. You know what I mean?
Probably. People do it all the time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, there's more. I just need to learn more about sewing. I'm not.
I don't sew at all, so I'm SOL there.
Well, I've got a brand new sewing machine. You want it?
No, I don't know how to use it.
Well, we could learn together.
What good would it do me? I don't know how to operate it at all.
We could learn together. I got a fit because I got that new fancy sewing machine.
And you got another sewing machine too?
I got the one that my
You have two
friends.
sewing
I have
machines.
two. Yes. I have the brand new one that Jeff bought me, and then I have the quilting one that my friend Susie's mom gave me.
2 sewing machines for a person who doesn't sew. That
Yeah.
sounds perfect.
That's perfect. Okay.
That's absolutely perfect. Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like
And not only do I not know how to sew, but I've already purchased quilt kits. I have all the material and everything to make a whole quilt.
Mhm, of course. Yep. We don't know how to sew, but we have 2 machines and a bunch of stuff to sew on them.
Mhm.
Yep. That's
Sounds
There.
perfectly
What's yours
logical.
look like? Now let's compare. Oh, this
Oh
is
my goodness, that's craziness.
hers fits inside mine.
So my yarn is sport weight yarn.
Oh, that's fun. These are fine.
These are fine. These are one weight
Yeah.
yarn, but no, this is sport weight. This is 2.
Oh, it is. I thought these were fine.
This is 2.
It
And
says fine,
it says-
but I guess cotton fine. So I thought they were.
oh,
Yeah. Wow.
these are sport
That
weight
is- that is
yarn.
itty bitty.
And Mindy's is what?
My bag is going to be for Jason, and yours is going to be
What weight is that? Is that 3 or 4?
4.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a crazy difference, isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
That is a crazy difference.
Yeah.
Okay, moving right along.
Here we go. So next color, eh?
I picked
What are you
pink.
guys all talking about? Momoa is turning into Taylor Swift. There you go. Well, Taylor had the dress.
Oh yeah, that
Did you
crochet
see
dress.
Did you see a cardigan for Taylor? I don't think I saw a cardigan. I don't know, maybe. I don't pay that close of attention, but Angie, I haven't forgotten your box. I need to send to you.
Tammy. Eh,
She'll get it shipped off in the next week
meh.
or 2.
I'm not gonna die without it. All of my crap is still strewn about my house. I haven't moved. Well, I've started putting stuff back in the craft room, but I need help with
I'll
organization.
help you.
Okay.
It has to be after the retreat.
That's fine. It's not going anywhere.
And what do I have after the retreat? Not much, probably. Not much. Actually.
I need help like with
There's a fiber
ideas.
festival, though.
Is it in my area? You could come up for that. We could.
No, it's here.
Oh, well, that
It's
doesn't
in
help.
Charlotte.
Oh, that doesn't help.
It's the one I missed last year because the retreat was.
Was
right-
that the same time?
Yes, that's why I made sure the retreat did not
Did not.
conflict this time. Now, is the next one just 1 round too as well? Or is it 2 rounds of the same color?
No, it's all, each round is a different color.
Okay, and then the 4th, like there's 5 rounds.
There's 5 rounds. There's rounds 2 and 3 are popcorn rounds.
Okay.
And then round 4 squares it out, and round 5 finishes squaring it out. So 4 and 5 are going to be with your main color.
So round 3
Is going to be with a new,
change of color.
yes.
And 4 and 5. I knew there were 2 rounds at least that were the same
Yes.
color.
Yep.
Okay. So are you randomly picking a color?
I already picked pink.
You call that pink?
Well, it's kind of pink. What do you call it?
Plum.
Mauve. Deep mauve.
Plum. Do they call it something?
They call it a number. They call it 81.
Uni. They call it uni color.
They call it color 38.
Uni. Okay. All right. I need a color. What color do I want? I think I want
58. I'm sorry, it's color 58.
Okay. So
Okay, so
Now
we're going to join in any chain space, chain 3, and make 7 or 6 more double crochets. And we're just going to put oh wait, we're going to, and then
popcorns between the popcorns.
and then we are going to,
We're gonna do something.
hold on. Make a cluster of double crochet popcorn chain 1, double popcorn chain 1. Oh, you're going to put 2 popcorns in every chain space.
2 what?
2 popcorns chain 1 in each
2
chain.
popcorns in each one.
2 popcorns chain 1 in each chain space.
It's too many popcorns.
No, it's not. Look,
It's too many popcorns to go in each chain space.
that's what it says.
A lot of popcorn.
It's a lot of popcorn, and I know. I did something bad to my yarn here.
Uh-oh.
I know it's all frizzle frazzled. I think I'm gonna have to cut it and read. Something happened there.
It's very quiet and peaceful here today.
It really is. It's very quiet.
Okay, so we popcorn, chain 1 to finish our popcorn.
To finish your popcorn.
And chain 1.
And chain 1.
And then go back into that space and do another popcorn.
That's what they're telling us.
This is tight. It's tight.
Well, I wonder if what size yarn did she use for the pattern? Because mine doesn't look that tight. Maybe you shouldn't do 7 double crochet popcorns. Maybe you should do 4 double crochet popcorns or 5 double crochet popcorns.
We're gonna try it with the 7 and see what it does.
Okay.
We're gonna, if I can find where my popcorn started.
I know, that's
over
what
here. There's so many stitches.
Find my chain 3 on my top of my chain 3.
We're gonna use a lot of yarn for this.
This is going to be a yarn
I'm
eater.
Definitely going to need to get another cake of the.
You know what you could do?
Painterly.
Okay, let me just hear me out on this. We could go rogue. Listen to what I've got to say. We could, if we wanted to. It would be, I think it'd look kind of cute. What if we did, so these popcorn stitches are going to give it a huge texture, a really big texture. What if we alternated a textured square and then a plain square?
You could. And it wouldn't be so many.
And then it wouldn't be so
flowers.
big. Yeah, it wouldn't be so puffy.
Yeah, you could. So what kind of square would you like
Well,
to do?
I was thinking just a standard granny. Or, you know what would be maybe cool? What about a swirl? Have you seen the swirls?
I have something for you to look at.
Okay.
Man, this is a lot of stuff.
I think maybe with that size yarn, you might want to go down to 5 doubles.
What the, can you click on her yarn?
Yeah,
in
let's
the
see what
pattern?
let's see what she used. She used
It's,
acacia yarn. Unfortunately,
it's
there's
right down
no
there. It's
link.
at the
Is there a
bottom.
link?
It's right underneath yarn quality.
Go buy the
See it
yarn
right
here.
Oh,
It says it's a 3-weight.
okay, so this is a 4. It's a little bit bigger. But it's not a ton
But
bigger.
not a
3
ton
to a
bigger.
4.
No.
A 3 to a 4 is not a huge difference. Hang on, did I do my chain 1 after? I mean, they're fitting. It's just, it's a lot of stitches in here. It's a lot.
If I were you, I might back down to 5.
We'll find out in a second. We'll find out in a second.
You said you were going to show me something?
I am. You have to get up to go get it though.
Oh.
You know what would really stink on this thing is if you forgot to do 2 in one of these stitches.
Ugh, that would
And you have to
stink.
go back.
Did you just do that?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I thought that's why you mentioned it.
No, I'm trying to make sure I don't do that.
Hmm.
The colors are pretty so far.
Yes, both of our colors are very pretty. This gray is actually looking more blue between the
Yes.
purple and
Yeah. It looks bluish gray.
yeah.
Green almost.
Yeah.
In there, it looks greenish.
Aqua, yeah. It's weird isn't it strange? I've noticed that with other things. In fact, I was cross-stitching last night and I was looking at the image on the model stitch and I was comparing it against what I was doing. And I was like, that doesn't look the same. That doesn't, I'm using the exact same colors that they used. And why doesn't it look the same? But then I put in a different color stitch in a different area in the same, little spot. And it brought that other color out where before you hadn't even seen that hidden color. But when I put that third color in there, that second color popped right out. It's weird how colors can play with each other like that.
Yep.
And I'm so bad at it. I'm so bad at making good decisions for things that go together. I'm kind of not counting.
Well, a popcorn's a popcorn. Some of your popcorns will just be a little less plump than others.
Exactly. My flowers are going to be atypical.
They'll be a little less plump.
I have atypical flowers.
How many popcorns do you have currently?
I'm on my 6th. How many do you have?
8.
Well, it's because I was talking with my hands, Mindy. I always talk with my hands. I have to learn how not to do that. What is it? The Italians talk with their hands, they say?
Somebody does. I thought it was New Yorkers, but
Oh, maybe. Well, I'm neither Italian nor from New York, so I don't know where I get it.
Let's see. Anybody else? Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Sean is here. They're not saying anything. They're just mesmerized by our fantasticness here. They're just like,
They are. We're so entertaining that they don't have to say anything at all.
They don't have to entertain themselves, right? While I count or
we're just so darn entertaining. I have to tell you, I don't remember who it was.
My hands are getting sweaty.
Mine are too, because it's warm.
It is warm. We have all the windows open, but we should maybe have the air on.
Somebody, and I don't want anybody to feel bad about this. So if it was you, please,
I apologize.
if it was you, please don't feel bad. But somebody during one of our crochet lives made a comment that it's weird how I hold my crochet hook down like this and scoop my yarn rather than like Mindy has her hook kind of level. Mine is up, mine is like vertical. And it made me so self-conscious that it just made me very, very self-conscious about the way I crochet. And I don't know why I let it bother me so much, because what do I care that somebody else noticed that?
So I recently watched a video, and don't ask me who it was. I could not tell you if my life depended on it. Are these gonna flatten out okay?
I don't think they are.
Well, look. What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are.
I mean, it's flattening out.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So I watched this video, and it was a lady talking about She was talking about it for a specific reason based on the pattern she was doing, because sometimes you need to adjust the way you made your stitch because there's different ways that people make their stitches.
Yes.
There are yankers.
Yep.
Yanker. You're a yanker.
I'm a yanker.
You're yanking.
Yep.
That's because your hook is going down deep.
Yep.
And you grasp your yarn and you're yanking it up,
Yep.
which makes your stitch tighter.
Yep.
I'm a level.
Yep.
And there's a name for it. I don't remember what she said it was, but I'm a level. So that means it was that cowl I was making.
Oh.
She's the one who talked about that.
Okay.
So I keep mine level, so my stitches are all nice and even along.
My stitches aren't uneven.
But no, I mean the stitch itself, like if you have, do you know what I mean? Like your loops on your hook. Say you're making a double crochet.
Yeah.
You're going to have 3 loops on your hook.
Oh, right. Mine are stacked.
Yours is going to be tighter.
And the closer you go.
At the beginning,
yes.
Yours is going to be tighter the way you yank your yarn through.
Yep,
Mine are going to be more level because I'm a more level hook person, where other people are more up.
Yes,
and so they pull up that yarn.
Natty is an up.
So see, and there's 3 different names for those, but I don't remember what they are.
But
it makes complete sense.
But yeah, it does make complete sense. And there's another lady, and I'm sorry that I can't remember her name, but there's actually a class that she does on her YouTube channel, and it's called, I believe it's called the Golden Rule or something like that. It's the golden, it's the golden something. But it teaches you how to make very consistent and hold perfect tension and perfect everything. But perfect according to who? I mean, I've never made anything for anyone, and I've never had anyone criticize my work and think it looked ugly.
Right. Yeah, the reason that she talked about all that is because in this pattern, to be able to do this stitch, it's more beneficial if your stitch is a little looser at the end of it.
Gotcha.
So if you were to keep it looser at the one end, because you know what I'm talking about, we're going through the leg of the stitch for that stitch I'm talking about. It's the waistcoat stitch, apparently.
Gotcha.
This is a lot of popcorns.
It is a ton of popcorns.
This is going to use so much yarn.
Well, you're going to show me something that is going to make our lives easier.
Yes, I gotta go get it.
We talked about going rogue, and then you thought you had an idea.
Yeah. I'll go get it. I don't remember a method.
We're not even done with the first square, and we're already going.
We don't want to
We don't want to do a lot of these. We don't want to do 18 of these.
No.
Well, plus I think it's just going to be so bulky.
I think it would be beautiful with something to break up.
I do too. I think it would look really cool. Yeah. You can just hybridize the pattern a little bit.
Hybridize.
Better than the other word I was thinking of.
Oh, well, I'm sure.
Oh, I lost my loop. There you are. Get back on there, you little loop.
And you do have little loops.
I do have little loops.
Little yarn.
Little yarn, little loops.
Little loops.
Not little balls like Mindy.
And big balls.
Reminds me of that AC/DC song. It wasn't big balls. You've got big balls. But who has the biggest balls of them all?
Okay, so look at it when you lay it down flat.
Yeah,
look,
it looks great.
Can you guys see? You can't see it when I lay it down flat, but if I hold it up, it wants to waffle. But I'm not done. I got 2, 4, 6 more to go. But I gotta go get this.
Mindy's got an idea. Mindy has a terrible, awesome idea.
I do, because I purchased this fantastic book called Guide to Granny Squares.
Oh,
and there are some beautiful, fantastic little squares in here.
That sounds fantastical.
You could pick one. I mean,
Yes.
we could pick another type of a granny square.
Let's do that.
Something that would coordinate.
Coordinate. Yeah. That would be nice. I like that.
A bull
I like that.
They call it multicolored target. The halvesies.
I don't like the halvesies. I like the multicolored target.
I have to laugh. There's somebody I watched that is doing squares from this book. And she struggles with a lot of them.
Oh, really? Is it the way the pattern's written, or is it her level of proficiency? I think it's her
level of comfort with doing the squares.
I see.
There's just your plain old granny.
Yeah, I don't think it would look great as a plain old granny square. I think we need something more solid because it's going to be a bag. So I think that one, like that, like a solid granny. Yeah.
All right.
I liked the one that you showed, though, the bullseye with the multicolored.
Put a heart in there, like lattice.
We could, but
there's another flower. We don't need another flower.
I was gonna say, I think we plain,
simple.
Yes.
Polka dots, more puff stitches, popcorns.
Popcorns, yeah, no more popcorns.
Checkerboard. But there's, I mean, how many?
Where did you get that?
I don't know. I bought it. Oh, look, we could do a lemon.
Lemons and limes.
Yeah, we'll have to look through here and see. Oh,
hi, Lydia.
Look it.
Oh, I like that.
That'd be a lot.
Oh, that would be a lot of color change, but it would look cool.
Mm-hmm.
A patchwork.
Yeah.
It would look very cool. I'm on my last one.
Oh, see, now I took time out, so I'm gonna be behind now. I'm gonna be behind.
That's okay. I'll give my little fingers a little rest. My poor little fingers have been crocheting their little.
Or you could do just a simple solid with colors.
Solid with colors. I would be fine with that.
That wouldn't be bad.
That wouldn't be bad at all.
A solid.
Yes.
Oh, change colors.
I like that. I like that. Let's do that.
So these have, speaking of balls, they have your ball level. One ball.
One ball.
Easy.
Easy.
2 balls. You know, you're getting a little harder. 3 balls. You gotta be a pro to handle 3 balls.
3 balls are real hard.
3 balls.
Difficult. Oh, difficult. Oh, okay.
Difficult.
Oh, okay.
I remembered I had that book. Okay,
I like that one too.
I like that. And that's a good idea to do those in between. You'd still get a lot of color.
You'd still get the color, you'd still get the texture, but you wouldn't have, it wouldn't be so puffy.
This fluff.
Yeah, because I think this is going to be too puffy.
It's very fluffy.
If you had 18 of them.
Yeah.
But your bag would walk through the door before you did.
Yep. We just have to make sure they're the same size.
That's true, which we can accomplish that through the number of rounds. Yeah.
Look, it was right on the cover, Angie. It was right there. Look, it's right there.
Perfect.
It's a good one. I like it.
Yep, that's perfect.
That's a good idea.
Now who's the smarticle particle?
Well, I always knew that you were.
I've got my moments. Not always the brightest, but I've got my moments. Of course, as my 16-year-old son, and I'm not very smart at all.
Well, of course, that's a 16-year-old. You're never going to be smart.
There. Cute. He's so pretty.
I know, and I'm way behind now. I forget if I got 6 or 7 here. I don't know.
I don't think it matters. Like you said, I think it'll just... oh, excuse me, I'm yawning.
It's hard to get back and find the first stitch.
I had to get up at...
In the second one.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, low power.
Uh-oh.
Wait, just hold on. I can plug it in from here.
Plug you in. Plug you in. Dale found her a cord. We're not Apple people around here, but Dale had an Apple cord.
But yeah, I was going to say, they're not Apple people, but Dale somehow found me a cord.
going for a ride?
Our
My little stand
our
here.
stand is going for a
My
ride.
little stand. I like that little stand.
There.
like
Can you
a
still
little-
see us?
It's like a little mini tripod.
Can you still see us? Yeah, you can
Mhm.
still see us. Okay. Okay. I'll wait for me. I'll take a Coke break, Coke and a smile, and watch Mindy be level as I yank.
Yep. I have to go back and watch her and see what those names were for those again. It was very interesting. Maybe
Have you ever shown on a video the way your crazy orange cat lays on that chair?
I've taken pictures of him.
He's not doing it right now,
No.
but okay.
He spreads out his back legs.
Yeah. So you know how the back of an armchair, like a lazy boy is? This cat lays on it with his back legs like splayed out
Yep.
over the edges of the chair. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
He gets comfortable.
Craziest
They've
thing
been
ever.
naughty since the weather has gotten nice. They've been naughty, and they don't like to come in at night.
They're out mousing.
And they think it's great fun, or chasing bugs,
Well, yeah.
moths, and stuff. And they're just out, and they won't come in. Very naughty.
Sounds like great fun to me.
Very naughty. I'm like, it is time to come in.
That's probably where the saying comes from, out catting around.
Oh, is that a saying?
My grandma used to say it. Yeah, my grandma used to say it. You've been out catting around all night.
That's what they want to do. But I try to tell them there are dangerous things out there.
My grandmother always used to say nothing good happens after midnight.
Right? It is true. The other night, okay, there was commotion going on in the pond because Dale was yelling at the ducks, and Dale got the rope out to get after the ducks to make the ducks come in. Lots of commotion.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to get the cats in. He's trying to get the ducks in. Okay, am I right? Wow. Look at it.
Is Dale starting the lawnmower out there?
I don't
Thought
know.
I heard something.
I don't know. But
Start.
this wants to just be
Mine did too.
wants to be
When
a
it's in hand, it
floofy thing now.
when it's in hand, it wants to curl up.
Yeah, it wants to be floofy, patoofy.
But I think maybe once we get the, I don't know. Let's
find out.
all we can do is check and see.
Because I mean, it's in here now. Yeah, look, mine wants to do this.
Yeah, mine too. Mine's been like a taco. It's like a little taco.
It is. It makes a little taco.
Little taco shell. It's because there's so many
Yeah, that's
popcorns.
a lot of stitches into a very small area.
Well, and like
Okay, which side of me is showing my ear? This side? I don't like to show my ear.
both sides were showing your. Why? What's wrong with your ears?
I just don't like to have them exposed.
Why?
I don't know. I like to have my ears covered.
Can I see? Do you have big ears or something?
No.
Let me see. Well, you have very nice
I
ears.
just like to have them covered like this.
Interesting. And I'm very self-conscious because I never wear my hair down.
Right.
And so I feel very
Yeah.
like I wore my hair down. The last time I wore my hair down was a year and a half ago for my anniversary. I went out to dinner for my
And that was
anniversary.
very nice. That picture was very nice.
It's my profile picture
I
on
really liked
Facebook.
that picture. All right. Well, here's what I have. I have my little floofy, little curly up little thing.
Okay, so did we talk about the fact that the next round has too many stitches and we're gonna take some stitches away? Okay. So for the next round, we're gonna go to our main color.
Yep.
This is gonna be the color that you want, the main part of your bag to be. And
Okay. I got a question before we go on.
yeah.
When you did your thing the first time, did it do this?
Yes.
It did.
Yes.
Okay. You get yours to lay pretty flat on the table.
Yes.
Mine doesn't even want to lay flat on the table.
It's because I'm a yanker and my stitches are much better formed. My stitches are just much more perfect because I yanked on them and I told them how to lay.
If you buy that.
It's because I yanked them. Yanked them into submission.
Get over here.
Yep. Yanked them right
Lay
into
down.
submission.
Oh, wait on. Thank you, Dawn. Joey does that. Looks like he's hanging out on a tree.
Yes, exactly.
Like a panther.
Yes,
A
exactly.
leopard would lay up in the tree.
And you know what? That's kind of funny because his tail is also very distinctive.
Yes.
His tail is
curls right up.
constantly in a curl,
Mhm.
but he's not like a fluffy cat. Like I would think I would associate that with a fluffy cat, but he's just an orange cat, but his tail is always in a curl.
I told her he's the stealthy one. He's very quiet. He can jump up onto things. You don't even know he's there. Oh, remind me of that story after we get this round started.
Okay.
I have a story about my cats jumping up on something.
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, what are we doing?
Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to join into any chain one space and do a chain three. That's going to count as our first double crochet. Then we're going to put another double crochet into the same space. Then we are going to chain one and do 2 half doubles into the next chain one space.
Okay, so we've got 2 doubles, a chain one.
Yep.
Go to the next space.
2 half
2
doubles.
half doubles.
Yep. A chain one.
Now we're going to do singles.
Yep. Then we're going to do chain one, 2 singles in the next space. And then again, chain one, 2 singles in the next space. So you're going to have 2 sets of chain one spaces with singles. And then the next one will be half doubles and the next one doubles.
Chain, do 2 doubles or 2 half doubles. Chain and do 2 doubles. I'm assuming now we're going to have a corner now.
Yep, the corner is going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. So when we started out, we just did the first half of the first corner. We'll finish up that corner when we come back around.
Oh wait, that's a corner, but this isn't a corner, or this is a corner.
That's going to be a corner. This is
That's
the
the corner.
first. Yeah, this is the
Okay.
second half of. We're going to finish
doubles, and then chain 2,
chain 2,
and do
2
2 doubles.
doubles.
In there.
Yep.
And then chain 1, and then you're going to do 2 half doubles.
Yep.
Chain 1, do 2 singles. Chain 1, do 2 singles.
Oh, poison ivy is really, really itchy.
No.
I have poison ivy, everybody.
Yep. Dale got her some poison ivy stuff.
Yes, and where I sprayed it, it feels very good. But there are places I didn't spray it that are
should have
itchy.
sprayed there too.
I should have probably sprayed there too.
Should have sprayed
Everywhere.
just like showered in it.
I should have. I would have had to have gotten naked though.
Well, you can go in the bathroom and get So I was downstairs yesterday, and I don't know what even prompted me to look. Oh, I do know. Dale was opening the windows downstairs, and I wanted to make sure he was not opening windows right in front of my diamond painting table down there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you remember a long time ago,
oh, the dirt
we got all the
from
dirt
the chickens, right?
Yes, yes. I want to make sure that didn't happen. So I was down there and I was looking at stuff, and I looked down. I have boxes of diamond paintings in front of the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked and I was like, what is in there? And then I realized my whole container of drills was in the boxes, in one of the boxes of diamond paintings. It says low battery rate, but you're charging, aren't you?
Yeah. Why does it say that?
So my whole case of the large Tic Tac containers for that painting was in the box. And I was like, oh dear Lord. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, or as bad as it could have been. I had 3 of my containers open up and spew their drills all into the boxes of diamond paintings.
And this, my friends, is why dogs are better pets than cats, because a dog would never do anything so foolish.
But ask some people who have dogs, and they will tell you some of the nasty things that dogs have done based on their diamond paintings.
Like what?
Well, I know several people who have had dogs eat their pens.
Oh, yeah, I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm. My friend Molly, her dog would get and eat her pretty placers all the time.
I can see definitely that happening. That wax probably, and it smells good, so they probably think it tastes good too.
Yeah. Okay, I have had an error in
Calculation.
judgment here.
Oh, uh-oh. Do you have the correct number of stitches?
I think I have way too many here. I think I got carried away over here. Carried away. Wait, no. This is just not working well. It's not being flat. Okay, we got a corner, half double, single, single, half double, corner. Half double. Oh, well, there's my problem right there. I missed a whole
area.
half double section. You need a half double section here before the corner, which is 2 half doubles. And
So then when you get back to the corner, you're going to put 2 more doubles into the chain space that you started with 2 doubles. And then you are going to, let's see how they want you to do that. Oh, yeah, just chain 2 and join with a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. That it says slip stitch into the next 2 doubles and into the chain 1.
Because we're going to keep
Because we're going to keep going with this color. Okay, we'll do that.
So this is just so not working out correctly. Why? Is this supposed to be my corner?
Why didn't it work out? How many corners do you have? How many
1,
stitches?
2, 3 corners. Do I have, how many of those little bobble things am I supposed to have?
You should have, well, if we had 10 the first time, we should have had 20 the second time. I was seeing if I could count on the pattern.
I have 21.
Oh,
21?
that would be your problem.
Why do I have 21?
How do you have 21? I don't know. From talking.
There's 2, 4, 6. Right here.
Oh, you put 3 in 1 stitch. Or in 1 chain space.
that?
I do see it.
Let me cry now.
Because you've already fastened off that other color and
Let me just cry.
I'm sorry.
At least this row's fast.
I'm so sorry.
How far back is it, though, is my question. Right? How far back is the problem?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably at the very beginning of the row, knowing my luck. Is Mr. Dipple out there mowing the grass?
I believe so.
Of course he is. This is usually what he does on your Saturday lives.
He started doing it on Fridays. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That just blows smoke. Look at all these. Look at these. What would you like to do? Well, you know.
Well, I can do cartwheels, jumping jacks. I can hum a tune. I can tap dance. I can. I don't know. I don't have a lot, very many talents, actually. I don't know, because you were having a hard time managing getting 2 into there.
I know, and so I was like,
If I got 2, I might as well stuff 3. This is tight. Look at how tight.
you see my mess? About halfway. If that tells you anything, it was about halfway. Okay.
That's not too bad then, if it was only halfway.
No, but still, look at all that. I have to go back and redo.
I'm sorry.
Look at our granny square for next time.
Okay. Oh, at the one we're gonna fill it in with?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's see what our instructions are gonna be. Instructions. What was it called?
I don't
was
know.
towards
I
the
thought
back,
that was.
wasn't
I
it?
thought you just had it.
No, but that was the Brighton Rock one. That was the one with the partial. We were gonna do just the multicolored. I thought it was towards the back. And remember, it was on a facing page.
So I had quite an ordeal yesterday trying to save as many drills as I could out of the box of paintings.
Yes.
Trying to just lift out the paintings.
Here it is. No,
and leave the
that's
drills on top of the paintings and dump them into a tray. And, it was something else. I did recapture, that's what I'm looking for, recapture many of the drills.
I think what would have been worse is if they had been very similar colors. You know what I mean?
2 of them were, and that's my point of the story.
Oh,
That was the whole point of the story, because you were talking, or this is why it reminded me of it. You were talking about crochet and crochet threads. So I was actually looking up DMC colors yesterday.
oh, I'm trying to compare.
Yeah, I had to figure out which color was which, because when the lids popped off,
Yes.
I didn't know
gotcha.
which one was which, right?
Well, you should have told me I have a DMC book.
Well, I just looked it up. I just went DMC code. I mean, I knew the numbers.
Oh, you knew. Oh.
Right? I knew the
Oh.
numbers because they were on top of the containers, but I didn't know which one was which. That was the least of my problems.
Why can't I find this one?
I thought that was it. The one you had a minute ago.
Which one?
This one right here. Okay, see the corner? It's
yeah.
that one.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is. Oh, it is the
that
right one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yes, I thought there was a different. Oh, there it is. Okay.
So I'm certain that box is just filled with drills in the bottom that fell through,
Okay, so it looks like what we're going to do is we're going to make us a circle with 8 double crochets separated by a chain 2. And then we are going to square it off already right in the second round. Kind of.
Oh, your cat vomited on the plastic?
Ew. Maddie and I have this conversation. Okay. What do you guys think? Okay. We're talking about gross things. Maddie and I had this conversation. Maddie and I have all kinds of weird conversations. What do you guys think is grosser, a burp or a fart?
A fart.
See, I think burps are way grosser.
Really?
Yeah.
No, farts are more smelly.
Farts are more smelly, but
Burps don't usually stink.
But when they do, I don't know. I think that farts smell better than burps. I hate the smell of burps. Burps are gross. Burps are disgusting.
Okay, well, you're going to have a hard time hanging out with me because I have a lot of burps lately. I have a lot of indigestion and gas due to my medication.
Well, I've got a lot of farts lately, so we'll make a great team. Yep. Brat choot, brat choot, brat choot, brat choot. You'll be able to hear us coming. Hear us and smell us coming. No. You'll be able to hear us coming and smell us going.
Watch out, people, here we go.
Okay, in my mind, I just had a vision of us walking like Tweedledee and Tweedledum from Wizard or from Alice in Wonderland. You know how they do the thing with their legs?
You'll fart, I'll burp. You'll fart, I'll burp. Oompa, oompa. Oh, goodness. Lydia says we should do this more often. Lydia, we used to do this all the time.
Yeah, we did it every week. Well, I mean, not physically together, but
No, true.
yeah.
But it was just as funny, though.
Yeah, it was just as funny.
We're pretty funny.
We crack ourselves up at least.
We do. We might make some other people. What? We might make some other people laugh once in a while. But
Yeah, so it looks, I mean, this is going to be pretty straightforward, this alternate.
Yeah.
So next week, let's do that one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, next week, we won't be doing it.
Oh, that's right.
We'll be at the retreat. Woohoo!
Now look.
Oh.
How do I continue when I've got my stuff knotted here?
Let me help you.
I'm almost
Let me
done.
help you, little babers.
I need to do a couple more of these bobbles or popcorns or whatever they are, and then I can do my other round.
Isn't it interesting how bobbles and puffs are the same basic stitch, but they look different because you single crochet in the next stitch after a bobble and it pulls it down and punches it out.
And a puff just stays.
A puff just stays puffy.
Bobbles poke out.
Bobbles
Your
poke out.
back or your front.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes.
Poke out.
Yeah, because you do a single crochet right afterwards to pull them, to pull it tight and push it out. But I mean, it's essentially the same stitch.
Right.
Just finish it differently. I don't know what made me think of it.
Because oftentimes people are confused what the difference is between
a
puff and a bobble.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, what's the difference
What's the
between
difference?
a puff and
Yes.
a bobble?
Have you ever, okay, talk about being confused. Have you ever tried to work from a written pattern that was written in UK terms and tried to, in your head, convert it to American crochet terms?
Yeah.
How many times did you screw up? Yeah, I know. Because you get in a rhythm, you know what I mean? And you read double crochet and you think double crochet. You're not thinking single crochet. I don't know why they wouldn't just standardize it.
I know.
I mean, especially the world is so.
Why do hooks have so many different names?
Oh my gosh, yeah, you've got,
Why
it's an
can't
F
it
hook.
be a
It's either an F hook,
and a 4.
right. This is a 325D, but I'm sure, but it also has it has a number as well.
Yeah, how many? Yeah, 7.
Yes, exactly. How many, why, yeah. So it's just
Maybe that's why my thing tacoed so badly earlier.
your hook size.
No, because I had.
Oh, because you have an extra extra popcorn. Yes, I bet it is.
I have 20 now. Okay. Now I have my popcorns in order. I have popped my corn correctly.
Popped my corns.
Popped correctly. All right. So now I can do my squaring up round. Goodness gracious me, oh my.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. Now I just have to find the end of the purple yarn. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
I cut that off. Where's the start of the purple? Here it is. Let's see if I remember this.
Oh,
Don't tell me.
wanted
Let's
to
see if I
tell
can-
you.
See if I can do it from memory.
I want to know, anybody out there that's crocheters, and you too, Mindy, I have found.
Me too. Like I'm not a crocheter.
No, I mean, including also, oh my gosh, you know
It's
what
funny the way that came
you
out.
too. Because I said anyone out there, that's
Yeah.
but and you, was the.
Got it. Yep.
I found a new hook that I love.
Oh.
The brand is called Seven Sun. Okay, I wildly came upon this.
Son.
7 Sun. I just randomly came upon this on Amazon. I was searching. I had lost my 4.5 millimeter of my great clover hooks that I love.
The ones you like.
The Clover Soft Touch.
This is not what you were using earlier, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
This is always what I
thought you
use.
just had a metal hook.
No, this is always what I use. The Clover Soft Touch.
Okay.
It's my favorite.
Okay, got it. And I like the clover ergonomic.
Yes. Okay, so you might like the 7 Suns. Okay. The 7 Suns they're ridiculously expensive, but that's why I like them. No, now why does it always seem that way? Like if you placed 5 items in front of me of wildly different prices and asked me to pick my favorite, I would always choose the most expensive one, even if I didn't know the prices. Why is that?
I don't know. You just have a 6th sense
I don't know.
or a 7th sun.
Or like, yeah, like my mom used to say, I have champagne taste on a beer pocketbook. No, but they are wood. This part is wood, but it's very ergonomic.
You hold on to is wood.
But it's very ergonomic. And the hook part is stainless steel, a very, very, very brushed, soft, slidey stainless steel. And it's kind of ergonomically rounded. I think you would like it. I think you should try it. Try one. Yes. So I bought one. I bought the one to replace the size that I was missing in this because they didn't have this size in stock. So I bought that one. It came, I used it, I fell in love with it. The very next day I went and ordered both sets because they comes in a set with full sizes and then half sizes. Yeah, isn't that weird?
That's a gimmick.
That is a gimmick. Yes, it was a gimmick. So it was like $16 for a single hook, but it was $50 for the set of 5. So it's cheaper per hook to buy the set, but if you don't know if you like it, I should have brought one with me for you to try.
Buy 2 sets.
Yeah, then you got to buy 2 sets, which I did.
Hooks that you want,
Yeah.
or would use.
Yeah, I did because it was cheaper than just buying the ones that I wanted. But I love them. They're really nice. But it only comes in even and half numbered hook sizes. And I wanted to
like
use
a 3.25.
There's no 325 or there's no 275.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to use a 325 with this yarn because that's what I've always used with this yarn. And that's why I didn't bring it today. That's why I'm not using it here today. But I do really like them.
Is it going to work out? Is it going to work out?
And they come with this really pretty case.
What do we do when we get back here?
You are going to put 2 more double crochets into the chain space that you started with, and then chain 2 and connect it.
That was a lot of work.
Thank goodness.
That was a lot of work to do that 1.5 times.
I had a nice rest while you were doing that.
Look, mine still doesn't want to lay flat. Yours is laying flat, isn't it?
Kind of. I mean, I can make it.
I mean, do you block the thing to make it like?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
We got one more round. Let's see.
Okay, we're gonna slip stitch into our next space.
Yeah, slip stitch till you get into your first chain 1 space. And then we are going to chain 3 and put another double crochet into the same space. And then 2 double crochets in every chain 1 space around.
I'm so sorry. I was totally not listening to you. I was reading Sean's comment.
We're going to do chain 3 for the first double crochet. Another double crochet in the same space. And then we're going to put 2 double crochet in each chain 1 space around until you hit the corner.
Wait, do we chain between them?
Nope.
We just do solid
Do solid doubles.
Really?
That's what it says. And now I would think you would want to put rather than putting them in this chain one spaces, I would think you'd want to put them in the stitches so you wouldn't have those holes. You know what I mean? Being since it's a bag, you'd want to make it more solid. You know what I'm saying?
I do, but then we get to the corner, we make a corner.
When we get to the corner, we make a
doubles.
corner, and our corner is supposed to consist of 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles.
Welcome to the afternoon mowing.
And actually keep in mind that the pattern does say 3 doubles, chain 2, 3, or yeah, it does say 3 doubles, but I did that and it was a wobbly, it was way too many stitches.
I wonder if it would make a difference with the larger yarn
Maybe,
to make this spread out.
perhaps.
You can always go back and try it.
Sure, yeah.
And this is the first time Dale has mowed this year.
Oh,
He just put the lawnmower on the tractor the other day.
I know Jeff's very excited to get his lawnmower out.
He hasn't mowed yet?
No, but he's been talking about it. It's much anticipated. It's a much anticipated time of year.
The neighbor up at the corner on the other side, the
Oh.
other road over there, not the
Oh,
not the
not the
robo-
robot mower.
not the
Yeah,
robo.
I got to see the robot mower today.
Yeah. But the lady next to her, she's mowed her yard like 3 times.
Well, maybe she
I'm like, what?
doesn't have anything better to do.
No, except sit there and let her things bounce around on her lawnmower all day. You drive by and you're like, it's a show.
Does she need a better bra?
It's a show.
Is that what you're saying? She needs a
Yeah.
more supportive bra?
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, Sean, speaking of bobbles, it'd be hard to bobble the top of a mushroom cap for the mushroom ring holder. I don't even know how I would do that. I got something to show you though, Sean. I'll show you in a minute. I don't know how to bobble the cap. I'd have to really think about that to see if that's even possible. I made these little, they're like a ring jewelry holder.
Yeah.
And you just make like a circle on the bottom
Mhm.
and it makes like a little tray.
Yeah.
And then you make this mushroom stem, which you
Mhm.
stuff.
Yep.
And then you make your mushroom cap. It's all stuffed.
Yep.
And it stands. My one didn't stand though, so Sean suggested I use a toilet paper roll.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It worked.
Nice.
So now she's wondering if you could do the cap of it in bobbles. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know.
Well, like off this as a raised surface or just as one sitting on top?
Just to make the whole thing.
The whole thing bobble? You could do it. How is it now? Just plain crocheted?
Yeah.
You could make them on the surface of that's already there. Are they single crochets?
Yes, I believe so.
What one do a bobble every other single on top of it, on the top of the stitch? You know what I mean? Like if it's laying like this, just grab the top of the stitch.
And then I guess it's Sean would want them in a different color.
Yeah, probably.
Want the bobbles like white or something.
Probably.
Okay, it's still, and he's got them all right back here. This bit. Okay, sorry, corners. I think the corners need 3. Okay.
Oh, now he's leaving.
I think the corners really need 3 double crochets. See how they're, look at mine, you see what it's doing?
Yeah, yours might.
I think it needs
Yeah, yours probably does to bring it out.
3 in the corners.
Mine might actually, yeah, mine probably does need it in the corners as well.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to that corner yet,
Right.
but yeah, I think in the corners I might need 3.
So see, it still wants to,
Mine is nice and flat.
I mean, still, look, if I don't do anything to it, it still wants to do that. I think I might take my border out and do it all with 3s.
Okay, give it a
And
try.
see if it
flattens it out.
stretches it
Yeah.
out some.
Give it a try.
I'm gonna give that a try.
Maybe it's just because my yarn was so
It could be.
thin that
It
it
could
made it
be.
so ruffly.
Yeah.
But you saw how ruffly that
Oh, yeah,
was.
yours really was.
Yeah.
Yours was totally. Okay, let me show this to Sean. And Sean is gonna love this. I know that she is. Are you ready, Sean? Look at this. Is this not adorable?
And show her your little
It's
hatch.
adorable, right? And it is the perfect little project bag because you can open the window and there's a hole right here. You come bring your yarn out, put all your yarn inside. It drawstrings closed. You can make this as tight as you want. The door doesn't open. You could make the door open, but there's no hole behind it. Here's our little strap. And then the top pops off. Look at that. So this is what I could do on the mushrooms. I did not want to have to sew all these things on, so I didn't. I glued them.
Mhm.
So making the little circles was easy. And then it also gave it texture. It's raised. It's not a bobble, but it's raised. And I just glued them on there. Right? Isn't that adorable though?
Did you do doubles to hold your strands together? Is that 2 strands held together?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of this is 2 strands of yarn. Yep. Except this.
Yeah.
That's just a chain.
Yeah.
And this is actually 3.
Yep.
And they're just chains. I used all 3 colors. What do you think?
I love it.
Isn't it cute?
Yes.
It stands up a whole lot better when you put some stuff inside it. It's adorable though, right? You need that for your kid with a shorter, thicker strap and purple. It was not
Place
hard.
your orders today.
No, it was not hard. Okay, so here's my question. I mean, I was going to take this to the craft show tomorrow, and I don't think I'm going to because I really like it. But if
You
I
can
would,
make more.
I know if I was to make more, because it's not hard to make. I found myself tinkering with stuff, like figuring out how I wanted to attach the beads, what beads I was going to use. Nothing was difficult, but how much would you pay for one of those? I ask them these questions all the time, and they're just like, oh, I hate that. I hate that question, right?
I hate that question too.
I know. How much would you pay for it? How much could I price it for? Yeah, I'm going to go try this with 3s because I think it's going to maybe only in the corners.
I'm thinking I'm going to do mine in the corners.
Maybe only in the corners. And then I need to sew up my hole here. You know, gotta have a
nice tight hole.
'cause
Yes.
my hole keeps
I know you don't like it when your hole gets loose.
stretching.
Mm-hmm.
I know, isn't it cute? It is so cute. And it was actually fun to make. And once I
Where
decided,
did you get the pattern for that?
I bought it.
Oh,
I
okay.
found it on Pinterest and I bought it. It was a very cheap pattern. It didn't cost me much. But once I decided I didn't have to sew those circles on there, I was like, oh yeah. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
have to sew those on. I can glue them.
Yeah.
Let's glue them.
Yeah.
Can you imagine sewing those on? I hate sewing
I
stuff
hate
on.
sewing stuff on. I've got a baby blanket that I never
mean, this was
finished.
okay.
There's a baby blanket I never finished only because it was all animal
Yeah.
parts that had to get
Oh.
sewn onto each other. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it.
Any of the little stuffy things I make, some of them are really cute. I'm terrible at sewing things like a head on a body.
Yeah.
Terrible at that. They never work right. There are some of these
I'm just always
cock-
cockeyed.
I hate sewing things. I'm assuming it's a skill that you get better at over
I
time.
would think it would be just like anything
With
else.
practice,
Yeah, just like
It's
anything.
hard. So
Just
Dawn
like-
said 35.
I was gonna say 40 was gonna be my guess, was gonna be 40.
I mean, for a little bag, it's more work than like some of the just straight crocheted bags.
Yes,
Because of all the pieces and the parts and whatnot. But they're super cute.
very cute.
Super cute. Shorter, thicker strap and purple. She also wants one of the little jewelry mushroom holder things.
Place your orders today.
Exactly.
Mindy.com.
Mindy.com. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So next week, we're going to work on that square in different colors. But
No,
what
not
else
next week.
No, not next week. In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Our next time. Our next time together. But do we want to have some more squares made before then? It'll be 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think we probably should have more squares of this made before then.
I have a project I'm having to work on for a company that I'm making it for.
How many do you want to say then?
I don't know.
4?
4 more?
Yeah. Because that'd put us halfway.
So that's like 2 a week.
Yeah. That's doable. That's not too bad.
Sure.
Okay.
And then we'll learn.
And then we'll learn how to do the other one.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, it was nice to be back with you.
Very many more of the peaches.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna have to do.
You're gonna
little
have to-
small rounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or buy more of that.
Or buy more of that.
I know it's always fun to do this.
It is. Yeah. I've missed it.
I know. Me too.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys later.
Oh, I have to get
Oh,
up and
wait.
go into the office.
Oh, to turn us off. Okay, so I'll sit here with you guys.
She's gonna sit here and
I'll
she's
sit
gonna
there and I'll
say bye,
chit
and
chat
I'm gonna get up
say
and I'm
goodbye,
gonna
and
go
then
in
he's
the
gonna
office
go and turn us
it all
off because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 devices running us.
going.
Yeah.
2 phones, 1 iPad, and my computer.
Well, I have to admit that this idea sounded better in my head than it turned out. Well, I was like, we could be face to face and they could see our work.
And we are.
And yeah,
It just, I mean, I would have had to
scooch a little.
more,
Yeah, we could.
probably.
Maybe
could
should
scooch more
scooch a little
closer
better.
together.
Yeah. We just don't like each other that much.
Now, see, yours just looks much flatter than mine. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna play with that a little bit.
It's because I yanked the crap out of
More
it.
gentle with mine.
Exactly.
I'm more of a coaxer. I don't know what.
A coaxer.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. See you next time.